very oftentimes patients will come into the clinic and ask different questions about vegetarianism versus the meat type of nutritional protocol or dietary intake. And of course, with clinical experience over the last 20 years, I have a lot of experience on um, how to guide them to the plan that's going to work the best for them. But from your perspective, what have you seen?
Well, I think that vegan has benefits because we start eating plants. Most people today, as a common general theme, don't eat enough plants, and that becomes a problem. Like America's, style of eating is we'll take a plate, right? 50% of it will be meat over here, and then we might have a little dollop of small spoonful of like
A dollop.
some type of veggie, and we call it I ate my veggie, or we might have a couple of green beans over there and say I ate my green beans. But when reality was the whole plate was dominated by meat. So people that go vegan, sometimes they do it for the following reasons. They do it for religious reasons. I've seen that before. And some people do it because they feel like that they don't want to eat at the price of a dead animal or something
That's
like
right.
that.
The
So
cruelty to animals here is a big one.
I get it. I can see it. But the bottom line is people should eat more plants, but I don't think they should avoid meat because they miss like iron and they miss B12 and things like that and miss omega 3s. I see those short like almost every time. And can you supplement that into a vegan diet? Yes, you can. And then one other issue with the vegan diet that I see is people eat too many of those grains, and because that's not plants, and they end up using it to be, and it causes them to gain weight. So they become nutrient deficient and gain weight, which is not a good combination.
So I tried to go vegetarian in my young years way back. And being an athlete with as much exercise as I was doing at the time, I was exercising about 2 hours a day.
Mm,
I lost my nails, my skin became really
yeah.
dry, my hair started to fall out. So I realized very quickly that with a vegetarian diet, if you're going to go vegetarian, you have to make sure that you're getting a complete amino acid score. There are essential and non-essential amino acids. And the essential amino acids are what your body can't get from itself. You've got
Right.
to get them from the outside. You have to consume them. So you have to food combine very, very diligently to be healthy on a vegetarian diet.
Yeah, and we taken that into account when we talked about our kingdom fuel, right? Because it's got a complete amino acid score. We've had to
That's right.
construct that
And
thing
it's a pea
together.
protein.
It's a pea protein. So I get it. So if you're out there and you've heard about our kingdom fuel, obviously it is a vegan, right? It would be considered a keto friendly too as well. But the point being is we've tried to factor that in, but we believe as a whole that eating meat is not a bad thing. But if your conscience is one that says it's a bad thing, fine. That's still okay. But you got to supplement at least, the omega 3s, um, perhaps a good multivitamin mineral, definitely a B vitamin. You got to have that in there as well.
Yes, there's also individuals that call themselves lacto-ovo-vegetarians. They consume dairy
Yeah.
and they consume eggs. There's a pesco polo vegetarian,
Ha!
and they eat fish and shellfish
Yeah.
as well as chicken. There's the flexitarian, where they eat mostly plants as well as an occasional serving of meat. And there's an omnivore, someone who consumes a mix of both animals and plants. Now, the person who consumes an all meat diet that goes completely away from vegetarian is now on the opposite end of the
Yeah.
spectrum. They're calling it the carnivore diet now, or the lamb diet, where meat is the only option. What we know about that is that long term, the gut or the gut microbiome actually needs fiber to survive. And so there's no
Yeah.
fiber in just a meat diet. So there's got to be a balance of both somewhere, somehow. And with the nutritional intake that you're taking in, you have to make sure that you're getting all of the micronutrients, the macronutrients, the phytonutrients that are, and the fiber that is in the plant world as well as the meat world to do a body good.
Well, and I get it. People may prefer meat, they may prefer veggies more. I get that. But ultimately, this is our advice to you is don't do either one of them. Have a balanced diet. And if you want to go down the pathway of mostly meat or mostly plants, get with a professional like us or someone like us that knows what they're doing so we can make sure you don't get nutrient deficient. That's a really key thing right there, I think, with all this. I mean, the way people like to eat today, I'm one to say don't diet at all. Just eat natural foods. You know, if you see it walking on the ground, like or swimming in the ocean or the brook or the pond, and walking in the forest, maybe running through the trees or flying above head, it's probably going to be something you can eat, right? But if it's not, it's probably not good. So I think people get overly hung up in all that mess and try to make something right for everybody. And it's not right for everybody. People have their own choice and preferences with that. And you can work with that. It doesn't have to be all vegan and all, meat. It can be, you can do both, right? But you just got to find out how to make sure you're supplementing and adding to it so that it can be complete. Like you mentioned, the complete amino acid profile. It's got to be complete.
That's right. And if you're wondering if you're getting the right nutrients, we can help. Go to Sherwood.tv. You can find out how we can help you do a body good. You mentioned Kingdom Fuel.
Oh, yeah.
Kingdom Fuel is like a complete meal. It's a plant-based protein with a complete amino acid score, multivitamin and mineral. It's got the greens and the reds in there and a little bit of fiber. So Kingdom Fuel does a body good. We also do very extensive specialty testing, right? We do some really cool micronutrient testing. So if you're wondering if you might be missing some of those amino acids or some of those micronutrients like vitamin A, vitamin B, B12, zinc, those nutrients, if you are a vegetarian, if you need to supplement or get more, we can help you get that done.
Mm-hmm.
And when you navigate through these economies with people, here's what happens. We want to hold their hand through it, let them know when it's time to buy, sell, reallocate, get out of Dodge. Because a lot of times when you're struck with fear does two things. Number one, it can paralyze, and people just put their head in the sand and say, I'm just going to forget about it and hopefully it gets better. Or it causes you to make a wrong decision. And this is why we are here, is to help people navigate through the political quagmire nonsense that's going on, the economic malaise, and the absolute collapse that we're seeing. And when our freedoms are eroding, our political freedoms, our economic freedoms, our personal freedoms, our religious freedoms, our health freedoms, they're all tied together. But you know what doesn't need to erode with that? Our finances.
KirkElliottPhD.com/Sherwood.
There's a lot of talk these days about human enhancement.
Terms like biohacking, bioharmonizing, biosynergizing, stacking, resilience, and anti-fragility.
In our clinic, the Functional Medical Institute, we've been helping people of all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds improve their quality of their physiology and maximize their lives.
So, you can follow the latest fads and gimmicks and maybe find some things that work for you.
Or you can add Kingdom Fuel to your daily regimen right now.
It's the simple start to a transformed life.
Our unique meal shakes are balanced, low glycemic, rich in fiber with 20 grams of clean protein, essential vitamins and minerals, healthy fats, and organic fruits and vegetables. Kingdom Fuel is vegan with a complete amino acid profile.
No gimmicks, just proven results.
Start today at Sherwood.tv/fuel.
Hey there, Kevin Sorbo here. Now, deep down, we know this. We're more than just a brain and a body. We're a spirit, we're a soul, and we're also a physical temple. If you hit the wall when you're trying to improve one aspect of your being, it's probably because, well, other aspects are sabotaging our success. So that's why diets don't work. And frankly, why so much conventional wisdom from our so-called medical establishments falls flat. Doctors Michele and Mark Sherwood have a very different approach. I should know because I happen to be one of their patients. They address the whole person to get to know you, your challenges, and more importantly, what your goals are. Then they offer a complete plan that addresses your unique biology and your heart. They'll help you discover what you need to experience transformation. So find out more at sherwood.tv/sorbo. That's sherwood.tv/sorbo, or see the link before. Now I'm heading for a workout. You should be going for a workout too. All right, guys. God bless.